quickly sleep. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft Season 6 server. I hope everybody are doing fan-freaking-tastic today. Check this out, guys. Last time we built so many houses. That was probably one of my most progressive episodes ever in the Sandy Kingdom over, or Desert Kingdom over here. And since then, off camera, I've actually gone ahead and finished the town square. Usually, I'm trying to not do too much things off camera in between episodes, unless they're super grindy. I usually do all my grindy stuff in between, like mining and stuff. But yeah, I just got so inspired to finish this, so I did add these couple of houses over here. One of these being a pretty like technically difficult house to build, because I tried to it actually took me like an hour to build this one house, because I tried to use a different shape and tried to fit it in with Grian, and then I tore it down. It wasn't the greatest, but I think it turned out great. We have some trapdoors on the side using this trick here so that it looks like there are two shutters open, a little flower pot with a little selling bay, a open balcony, and a terrace balcony. So it's kind of like a very posh house, and then some shapes and stuff to it. And then I added this one. I needed a small little house here, and this is more like just a straight up shop, I guess. But yeah, it looks good. We also have an alleyway over here. I also finished up the pathways, tried to differentiate the ground a little bit more. And all in all, this is the town square fully completed. And I'm really liking the immersiveness of this place. Now, I saw in the comments of last video that a few people still didn't understand what I meant with the expansion of this. This is not the entirety of the city. This is not the entirety of the city. The city is going to stretch on, and sort of over the course of this season, I'm going to add buildings and hopefully populate most of the desert. Well, not most of the desert, because the desert is massive. But hopefully we're going to populate this area over here, and this area over here. We have 2 or 3 actually major builds planned. Ooh, I've messed this up here, haven't I? Yeah. We have 2 major builds planned for this place, and that is, or 3 major builds planned, sorry about that. One is a castle, a keep up there, which is something that I think we should start working on in today's episode of Hermitcraft. And then we have the ziggurat, and you guys have been sending me so many cool pictures of ziggurats and inspiration for how to build these things. And then we have the sphinx that we came up with in a stream, a Bomboni sphinx, which I'm super excited about. Basically a giant cat. Basically a giant cat. But yeah, in today's episode, I think I want to focus on this general area over here. So the King's Road is leading up to, and the King's Road is currently just this grass and these sandstone blocks. But this leads up to this little bit of a mountain here, which is a natural occurring mountain. And we decided early on that this here should be where the king or the queen's, or king and queen's castle resides. So we got a little bit of work to make this look good before we can even think about adding a castle up there. And you know what? I think I lowered the volume the other day when I was playing. I think what we should do, and once again, I don't have a super planned out idea for this. This is sort of something that has to come to me during today, but I'm not worried. I think that we can create something great. Let's make some more of these first of all. Did you guys know, by the way, you can actually uncraft these into sandstone slabs? I would think that's a vanilla thing. That means that you can basically store, or you can have access to sandstone slabs compacted down to smooth sandstone, which is pretty cool. That could be pretty useful, I'm guessing. Okay, so anyway, how do we start this? So looking at the shape of this thing, I think we do need to get it a little bit more. I do want to keep it uneven and not symmetrical, because it's supposedly a mountain that is that was here when the people started building here. But it feels like there's a little bit, it's not a massive amount of space in any one spot up here. The most space is right here, which is not great, because that's also where we have the pathway leading up. And I feel like this area here probably needs to be filled in. And what I could do is just fill it in with sand or fill it in with stone and then fill the sand in and create a cave. And that's probably something along those lines that's going to happen here. It's going to be a bit of a big project once again. We keep doing them this season. But I thought it could be cool if we made this be a bit built up using sandstone variants. And try and stick with me now. So I want to have it being like reinforced whilst trying to keep some sort of natural organic shape to it. And I am not sure how to do that. Maybe yeah, because the two things that I just said, they go against each other. So either I have the natural organic shape or I build a non-organic shape. But if I would go and follow this along like this, and then over here where we want to extend it, we would just go something like this, just a straight down line. Something along the line of this is what it would look like. And then we would have another acacia, possibly, let's get this to 5, possibly right over here. Oops. The only problem with this is that it's not really going to look like a mound that was there from the beginning. It's going to look like something built up by the men and women. And then there is the height to this as well. We need to go even taller. Or maybe we don't. Yeah, this is like the high throne of the Sandy Kingdom. And otherwise I think it would look strange. But let's say that we do this and then the castle would come on this level. The height is okay because the castle will probably have a tower or something as well to climb. The height is okay. How does it look from down here? It looks very, very, very straight. Doesn't it? Oh my goodness. I suppose we could... Wow, this is turning into something absolutely massive. But we could add foundation to this, and that may actually look really good with the sandstone. Alright, so I did the whole thing in this taller height and it looked absolutely awful. It looked really bad. So I'm trying to cut it down a little bit here to back to this level, and let's see how this looks. So I did the whole thing on the front of the mountain here. And we can't really see from here. You know what I like with the sandstone though is that it blends into the remainder of the biome, which makes it really kind of cool and makes small details even more important. But yeah, this looks a lot better. Obviously I didn't actually show on camera how ugly it was, but when I had it all the way up like we did in the previous cutscene, it looked really bad. Trust me on that. So I think this is the max height we can get away with. We could do it in 2 layers, sort of making like a ziggurat thing where we have a walkway here and then another layer, and that may actually work out better. The only problem is, of course, that we don't have like a natural shape to this anymore. It's very symmetrical and asymmetrical because it's symmetrical in the way that it's very straight like that. But it's asymmetrical in the way that it doesn't have a final shape, if that makes sense. Which is kind of interesting. I took my time here the other day as well when I was playing to organize all of the stuff that's in shulker boxes. And whew, that has helped me a lot. I don't think I realize all of the time how often you just spend, or how much time you just waste looking in shulker boxes trying to find what you want, or looking in chests and stuff. And yeah, it's just a nice feeling to get something like that done, I think. The only chest that has been placed in this project is this one over here. And yeah, this one is placed by Grian. Because I've been a good man and only used shulker boxes. Alright, so I got all of the flooring installed and immediately my frames dropped. That's because it's dark underneath, I believe. It's like hollow spaces. And... oh, and over here, by the way, we have to improve on the desert. We have to terra shape the desert rather than bringing this all the way. Well, maybe not actually. Maybe we want to bring everything down. Yeah, the next step before we do anything though, this is going to be bad, but we need to We need to make sure that this is lit up. A rabbit just fell down and died in front of me. Look at that. What? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Come to think about it, this is the one thing that we will see the most from our ice base over here. And this is the one mountain that has really bothered me, specifically this gray stuff over there, the stone. So I think this would be a great thing for our other base as well, not just for the Sandy Kingdom. But yeah, everything is now filled in, and I've also lit up everything underneath. And I think... I'm still not sure what I want to do with the next step here. It would sort of be cool to have it sort of a cake form. Okay, so I shaved off a lot of this sand and replaced the stone underneath it with smooth or with sandstone, just so that we could get that extra feel. So that would be the second layer right there. And yeah, it's really cool to see how this is evolving right now. And I wish I had a way up to this house, because this would be an ideal lookout. That doesn't look bad though. That doesn't look bad. And the King's Road could sort of pierce through the second, although... Oh, you know what? The King's Road would go... the King's Road would be part of this walkway up here. So the King's Road would go like this. And we have to shave this in a little bit so that it's not too tight. And then we would probably have a staircase going up from the side. Oh, this is brilliant. Yeah, we could lead this all the way back to here. And I need to light up the dark spots. We could lead this all the way back to here and have the upstairs to the final layer being here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shave the rest of this off as well. I really like that. I really like the idea that the road takes you round and you come up here. And that means that the keep would probably be on this spot right here. So you would walk up and you would walk... This would be the courtyard. And then the keep would be raised right here. So we'd probably also want to extend this a little bit. And this actually helps with making this mountain or this platform cake, whatever it is. Platform cake, king of the hill of the king, the king's hill, king's hill. Yeah, this here would just make it, would help me make the shape on the back of this thing a lot easier to have this figured out beforehand. Because that was the tricky part right now. And I think we can go all the way back here without an issue. I don't like how straight that turned out, but I will amend that a little bit like... Oh, come on, man. You're supposed to be a professional Minecrafter. Can't even place blocks. Okay, so the next step to this, now that we have the shape figured out, is of course to try and make it look a little bit better. Because right now, yeah, it's looking very, very bland. So let me get some stuff together. So Grian has come around once again. He's very interested in my sandy city. And he's done this. And this is quite brilliant what he is thinking about here. I was working over there and he is online because he wants to hunt phantoms. He has 629 at this point in time, which is insanely crazy. And he said to me, why don't you dig down the center and add a bazaar underneath? Because we're going to add a bazaar or like market stalls on top here. But I really like what he's doing here. And now I'm like, yeah. So that would mean that the entire center here would be dug down. And we would add things like this. Also, how fast is Grian in Play Minecraft? He did this in like 1 second. Like, he's like concept. He's like a machine. Most of the bazaar could be 2 blocks, but one side could go deeper for a feature. Just spitballing ideas. I really, really fancy this idea now. I wasn't too keen on it when he described it, but then he did this, and yeah, I think this could be really good. It's really unique and it's maybe not accurate, but I think it could be really, really cool. Anyway, I want to show you guys as well what I did over here so far. Spent about 40 minutes so far on this, and I added a line up here with the stairs, and I think that did a lot to the whole thing. Also started mixing up some of the smooth stuff with sand, but not with sandstone, just with sand. And then the sandstone going across. But now I'm working on extending the desert down here, so I'm trying to create like a fake feature where it goes down, and then I'm placing sand on top of this. And because I think it's cool that it's height differentiated here, but it's a little bit of a too steep like thing for me. I want to make it steep though, don't get me wrong. I want it to be kind of steep, but not this steep. But anyway, now this caught my interest instead. He's doing something. What is he doing? He's dug it down one more block now. I'm just gonna watch him. Is he doing some kind of monument? Is he dropped an ender pearl down there? What? It is funny to watch Grian just do stuff. I don't know why. It's just weird. Did he leave this ender pearl there? I don't have any ender pearls. Pick that up. Oh, he's back. Okay, did I steal something? No, he... What is going on? I'm so confused. Oh, he's adding water features. So it's like a viaduct, like a sewer system underneath. Fountains and stuff. I like it. Okay, so we built this whole thing, me and Grian, and realized that it's off-centered. Because remember, the beacon is center, so I'm trying to currently fix that. But look at how much that this place changed with this hole in the middle. It's really, really cool. I really like it. But yeah, this is where Grian made the little concept, and unfortunately that wasn't centered. I guess I will have to redo the whole thing so that it's symmetrical, because otherwise I got a feeling that it's gonna bug me a lot. So it will basically create like this walkway up here will make so much more sense when we have this, and I could even increase the amount of path blocks here. Remember how I said last time that I was a little bit not entirely happy with the path blocks, but now when you have this centerpiece, this marvelous idea, this stroke of genius that struck Grian, it makes a lot more sense. And maybe I do need to cut it. I'm not sure. I think 5 phantoms just spawned in. Oh good, Grian is still here. Whew. Yeah, that's 4. I'm pretty sure I saw 5. The reason we're keeping it night is because Grian, again, is trying to get his phantom count up. And I don't really care about the phantom season. Ooh, nice throw there. I'm trying to help him out to make them a little bit hurt. But yeah, I decided to go with that triangular shape here instead of a fully square one, because I think, yeah, it's gonna give us more space, obviously, down there, but it's also going to make it look a little bit more interesting from up here, I think. So this is the shape I decided to go with. The problem with this, though, is to fit these features down here in a proper way, and struggling a little bit with it, but I'm getting there. Grian just died from a phantom, so I had to kill off 3 of these. Woo! Yeah, they are scary. They are scary. I'm gonna save his stuff. Do you randomly walk around with redstone on you to simulate your own blood? I think he does. I just picked up some redstone. Oh, gigalol. Oh, that's fantastic. That's brilliant. Grian is installing a staircase, and yeah, this is looking really good. Really, really liking this. See what can happen when you have Grian online? He just comes along and basically, I wish I would have recorded when he started. Like, he came here, just, I guess, checking out our progress because he did build his one house there previously. And, oh, he just started working on things. I think this looks absolutely amazing. The idea is, of course, to put the bazaar stuff down here, market stalls and whatnot. And the King's Road, sort of, it's good. I must go back. Okay. Thanks, bro. The good thing with a build like this is that you lead the Minecraft player or the character around something, making it a lot more interesting to, or a lot more interesting steps to take before you. Actually, I do not like this though. This does not look great at the moment, but we can fix that. Yeah, making the whole thing be bigger, I guess one can say, because if you have to move in a certain way, the immersiveness is going to be greater, right? So there needs to be some fixes on top here. It's a little bit straight at the moment, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. And I think, yeah, this just adds to the whole city. I do want to add another feature that I was thinking about, and I'm doing it now that Grian has left because I'm not sure if he would think it's great. But what if we would then have something coming out here and would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the center pillar counted, and we would like have sort of like a balcony. I don't want this thing to take up too much space though, of the place down here, because like I said, yeah, it's gonna be stuff placed down there. So that's what it would be from the top, and then we would have to design it, of course. Oh, why can't I fly today? We just left this project. Yeah, no, I think that's a cool feature. I think that's a cool feature. Or do we keep it completely shut? Like, obviously, if we do this, we would have design here as well. So it would have the same sort of style as this has. Yeah, I think I really like that. I think I really, really like that. Just gives even more things to look at. All of this needs to be texturized a little bit, I think. Oh, he left the game. Can I sleep then? Or is he coming back? I'm not sure. But yeah, all of this adds depth and interest to this build, which I really, really like. And I think I will even do that. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This whole center, this whole thing in the center here really, 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 really makes this build right now. So happy we did this. I cleaned up the shulker boxes here just to get a final look at this in this stage. And yeah, it's great. Grian also suggested some water features and stuff, which I definitely think is not a necessity, but it definitely adds to it. And I'm not really sure about this thing that I built, now that I just cleared up my inventory. But maybe we'll add something like that just to, or maybe like this, just to break up the centerpiece a little bit. That looks weird. Yeah, that looks really weird. But we could do a lot of things here. We have so many slabs and stairs. We could do something like that, and yeah, immediately that looks better. I do like to have the top line here being smooth sandstone like that, or smooth cut sandstone, or whatever it's called. But yeah, water features. So fountains, or whatever you would call it. I don't know how he did these, but he made it. I think he's using the new slab technique somehow. You know what we need to do as well? We need to make a house for all of our storage stuff, because it's kind of weird that I keep putting it down everywhere. But yeah, let me try this. So if we would do that, and we would have a staircase here, put water in that. Oh, why does that flow out like that? No! Maybe if I put water there first. Okay. Yes! Did it! Yeah! Something like that really, really works as well. So we would have it in the two center ones. This is what it would look like there. You know what I'm feeling now though? I'm feeling like I almost want to add a color to these things. But I think if I would add red, for example, in the background. So here, let me explain. If we were to take this out Oh, here's Grian's fountain, by the way. That I just built over because we had to change everything. Let's just do that. Yeah, if we would add red behind here, I think that will take away from the cleanliness that we are feeling right now. I mean, it does look good though. It does work. But it's going to be very red if we do that. I added red on a few more here, just on this side to see how it looks. And it does really work, doesn't it? It would really work. Would it be weird though to have all of it red in the background? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys and see what you guys say in the comments, because we are out of time for today, unfortunately. But very happy with today. I'm very happy with this whole kingdom, by the way. I'm very happy in general. We've done some good stuff lately. And yeah, things are progressing pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. I do like this thing though. Of course we would put something on top of this, maybe a fountain going up, or I don't know, something that sticks up or goes upward that gains height. But if we take a complete look, yeah, that did so much for that place. We got this thing all figured out, the wall design or whatever for the big King's Keep. And I think it's really good that we did it in 2 layers and that it's not symmetrical. That's just gonna... What the crap? Did Grian make a giant sand pillar? I think he did. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I think it's really gonna add to it. But the question of today then is, do we go with a red background down there, which definitely works, it looks great, or do we keep it sandstone? The sandstone feature would mean that it's gonna be more... The focal points are gonna be more what we put in the center here. But I do really like the red. I can't decide. So you guys help me out down below in the comments. But thank you guys ever so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, of course, do hit the like button down below. If you're new, consider subscribing. And I will see you dudes in the next episode.